Kanina, sabi nga ni Dimples, Andre, BIR is waving.
Actually, we should not stop at just saying, oh, they're worth ganto-ganto, 1 billion,
Maraming
18
nuancing
million.
eh.
We should really examine.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So it's really honesty system when it comes to your salary. You just declare what you want to declare.
Yes, honestly. Pero may caveat daw. Kasi kung nahuli na hindi ka honest, doon pwede ka nila parusa. Yes, and yung parusa could lead to that, disqualification.
Tingnan natin. Mind-boggling lang kasi because, di ba nga, I'm sure...
Sige nga,
Sino
paki-explain
pinaka-mind-boggling?
mind-boggling sa'yo.
Bakit sa akin yung binato? Sports na lang pag-usapan natin.
Sabi mo, mind-boggling.
Hindi kasi sabi ko, di ba yung mga ibang bagay nga na alam naman natin, public knowledge that is more expensive than what they have dun sa assets, which yun yung mind-boggling. Diba?
Marami rin kasing nuancing like, kunyari may prenup daw, pwede daw ma-exclude yung pagiging conjugal ng declaration. Tapos, kunyari na-inherit mo yung property, may stages pa nung nalipat na ba sa'yo yung titulo? Palipat pa lang ba yung titulo? So, mahirap rin siya i-nuance. Pero tama ka, Andre, very good idea.
Diba? Anyway.
Pinatrabaho mo kami.
On to better news. On to happy news.
Yes, baka kung saan pa mapunta to. Welcome back, Cesbala. Good to see you back there.
Yeah, it feels like a Monday to me.
Thank you to Cez, to Sean, to Pauline, and the big story on our show. Okay, enough silence. Enough. Pag-usapan naman natin ng NBA. Let's talk about the Oklahoma City Thunder's 5th straight win to start the NBA season. We're looking really strong, Bea, to go back-to-back in the NBA. Plus, a look at the Samahang Basketball ng Pilipinas' plans with their new leadership in tow.
And we recap today's games in UAAP basketball. Marami din yun. From a doubleheader in men's play to a full 4-game slate in the women's division.
Packed show on a Wednesday. I'm Andre Felix.
And I'm Bea Escudero sitting in for Cheska Leton Calao.
And here's tonight's play-by-play.
Ramiro, the show by Mamoy. Deep credit. Future moves puts it on. Unbelievable. Gemma on the left side. Oh, pass! Stumping another one. Bakulas rejecting Estevo for the win.
Okay, 5 games, 5 wins for the reigning NBA champions, the Oklahoma City Thunder, and they are still undefeated for the season. But Bea, may nagugulat pa ba? Nang ganda. Well, let's take a look at the highlights here this time, taking down the visiting Sacramento Kings 107-101. That man right there leading the charge. The Thunder actually had a rough third period at home. Then, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander shot just 1 of 9 from the field, while the Kings went on 11-0 run to close out the period. It was a good game for Sacramento, but OKC then waking up in the 4th, the Giant being unleashed, a furious 17-4 run of their own. SJ also catching fire as he scored 9 of his game-high 31 markers across the last 12 minutes. OKC playing without Chet Holmgren, who had lower back soreness, but Aaron Wiggins and AJ Mitchell both stepping up with each scoring 18. Zach LaVine had 23 for Sacramento in a losing effort. The Kings have now lost 3 of their first 4 games of the season. Here's the Thunder's defensive anchor, Lou Dort, recapping their latest win.
We just got to execute. We got to take our time. I mean, we know they're going to throw a lot of different stuff on shit, so we got to be ready to make a play.
It just seemed like you guys kept pushing that boulder uphill, finally got it over the top. Tell me about the willpower of this group.
It's a 48-minute game. I mean, it's from the start to the finish, and go through the whole guys I played in tonight.
There are these moments where you just went and got the ball. I mean, just ripped the ball out of guys' hands. What's that like for you in those situations?
Y'all stop touching my hair, bro. Nah, just energy play. Honestly, anything that I can do to make it play and impact the team, I'll do it. And I felt like I had a chance to do it, and I got that ball.
You guys have played a lot of minutes in a short period of time. How have you just leaned on each other to be able to get through these tough stretches early in the going?
A lot. I mean, anybody that steps on the floor got to be ready, and then that's the type of team that we have. And I feel like every time somebody's on the court, we're giving our all.
Gutsy effort. Congrats on the win, Lou.
Thank you.
Meantime, will Milwaukee Bucks outgun the New York Knicks, sorry Andre, behind another huge night from Giannis Antetokounmpo. The result was a toss-up until the Bucks had a decisive 8-0 run midway through the fourth quarter. The final score was 121-111 in favor of the Bucks. Antetokounmpo finished with 37 points, 8 rebounds, and 7 assists. Through the first 4 games of the season, the Greek Freak has been averaging a whopping 36 markers and over 16 boards. Jalen Brunson tried to carry the Knicks with his 36 markers in a losing cause, but he was slowed down by an apparent leg injury, which he sustained with about 6 minutes left to play. The Bucks improved their record to 3 wins and 1 loss, while the Knicks settled for 2 victories against 2 setbacks.
I think all 4 games we played to win. And that's a great habit to have. You know, even when we were down 15 against the Cavs or we were down 12 against the Knicks, we didn't put our head down, we didn't give up. It's very easy. I think it's very easy mentally to just be weak and just let the game go away and go their way. I love what I'm seeing. I think guys are playing to win, and this is what we are going to do this year. You know, this is why we're here. This is why we wear this jersey. This is why we represent the fans. This is why we represent our team. You know, our family. We play to win, and this is how it's going to be the whole year. And I think we have the personnel. We have the players to win games, and it shows. Like, I believe that our bench is one of the best bench in the NBA. We score 42 points, I think, 42 points to their 18, and it's going to be like that.
3 more NBA games for you today. Let's take a look at the scores right now on your screens. Let's start with Joel Embiid as he returns, but Tyrese Maxey once again leading the way for the Philadelphia 76ers in their 139-134 overtime win over the Washington Wizards. The Miami Heat have won their 3rd straight game after blowing out the Charlotte Hornets 144-117. Another blowout here at the bottom of your screens. Jimmy Butler and Steph Curry providing that 1-2 punch, Batman and Robin, that the Golden State Warriors needed to beat the LA Clippers 98-79.
Here at home in the PBA, the NLEX Road Warriors continue their impressive run in the Philippine Cup. NLEX claimed its 3rd straight win at the expense of the Blackwater Bossing, 99-88. The Road Warriors unleashed a balanced attack behind JV Bajío and Cyrus Torres, with Robert Bolick controlling the tempo and setting up his teammates. Bajío was hailed the player of the game with a career high of 23 points on 11 of 15 shooting to go along with his 6 boards. The Road Warriors now have a 4-1 record and the provisional lead in the standings. The Bossing dropped their 3rd straight game to fall to 1-3.
Nag-compose lang kami and ginawa lang namin yung mga plays namin, yung tamang plays, yung hindi nagmamadali, ikot ng bola, yun yung mga pinupuntahan yung mga point of attack namin po. Siguro extra work lang simula nung off-season po, and extra focus din. Yun.
Padagdag siya ng padagdag eh. Sabi ko nga, last best player niya, we got him primarily for rebounding purposes, and he developed himself as a threat, di ba? A threat. Yun, and that's not because of me, that's because he works hard in practice and trying to develop his game para makipag-compete siya sa mga ibang malalaki sa liga.
Meantime, it's a battle of sister teams between the Meralco Bolts and the TNT Tropang 5G. Meralco was in control from the get-go, building an early advantage against TNT. Then the Bolts grew their lead to as many as 23 points behind Chris Newsom and CJ Cancino. At the half, it's still the Bolts up big, 48-28. New and company up 20 here. Second half currently ongoing. Meralco is looking to get back on track after falling to NLEX in its last game. TNT, meanwhile, gunning for its 4th straight victory. From the pros, let's go to the UAAP as we got a big doubleheader in the men's basketball tournament in Season 88. Updates on those games coming up next, only here on Play by Play on One News. Welcome back to the show. You're still tuned in to Play-by-Play only here on One News. The new leadership of the Samaang Basketball ng Pilipinas, or SBP, aims to reinforce the future of Philippine basketball. Newly elected SBP President Ricky Vargas says the new board is ready to lay down programs that will strengthen basketball development from grassroots to the national level. Vargas promises a, quote, more unified and representative SBP with initiatives to support coaches, referees, and young players across regions. The new Board of Trustees is a mix, as you can see, of industry veterans and young leaders, including Chairman Boss MVP Manny V. Pangilinan, Vice Chair June Shea Cabal Revilla, Vice President Robert Uy, and Executive Director Erica D. Vargas says the board's immediate priorities include enhancing grassroots programs, revitalizing 3x3 basketball, and providing more support for the national teams.
The SBP has also announced that Ateneo's iconic Blue Eagle Gym will host an official FIBA game between Gilas, Filipinas and Guam. The game, set for December 1st, is part of the first window of the 2027 FIBA World Cup Asian qualifiers. This will actually be the second time Gilas and Guam will face off in the qualifiers. Their first meeting will take place at the Calvo Field House in Guam on November 28th. Gilas currently has a 16-man pool that includes international-based players such as Dwight Ramos, Kevin Kiambao, and AJ Edu. Mainstays from the PBA include Jumar Fajardo, Scotty Thompson, and Calvin Oftana. And of course, reinforcements Justin Brownlee and Ange Kwame are also in the pool, along with a new addition, Quinton Meliora Brown. Guam, on the other hand, will be led by San Miguel Beerman guard Jericho Cruz. And of course, Gilas and Guam are in Group A with a powerhouse teams such as New Zealand and Australia.
Okay, as promised, in UAAP men's basketball, the Adamson Soaring Falcons repeat over the USC Growling Tigers in a wild finish. Matt Erolone hitting the game-winning three with less than 3 seconds to go in overtime, off a missed shot by USC on the other end. Look at the fans going crazy at the Mall of Asia Arena in Pasay City. Erolone even got fouled in the process here, despite missing the free throw, though. Adamson eventually secured a win, 97-96, escaping by a single point. That capped off a miraculous comeback by the Falcons. USC could have taken the game in regulation, but the Tigers missed 5 of their 6 free throws inside the final minute of the fourth, giving the Falcons a fighting chance. A steal with 9.5 seconds to go led to a Monty Montebon 3 that sent the game into OT. Erolone had 9 points in the game. Ray Allen Torres top scored for the Falcons with 20 points, while Montebon and Cedric Manzano added 19 apiece. Adamson, with its 4th straight win, now has a 5-4 win-loss slate. USC, meanwhile, carries the same record but has suffered 3 straight losses, 2 of which were to the Falcons.
We're developing grit. No? I huddled the team right after. I told them, I thanked them for not giving up. I go back to the first round, di ba yung sabi ko, paano natin tatalunin ng UST? I think the only way is kung nakatono kami. I think today, we were out of tune. Today, I was just praying on the sidelines. So ano ko, Lord, tulungan mo kami even after a shot, even after an attempt. I was just praying, no, Lord, papasukin mo na. It's good that our players played for each other.
The De La Salle Green Archers likewise scored a repeat win over the UE Red Warriors. La Salle took the match 84-72 to extend its win streak to 4 games and keep UE winless through 9. No massive comeback needed this time around. The Archers took control late in the first quarter and had an answer to each of the Warriors' attempts to rally. Luis Pablo led La Salle with 16 points and 7 rebounds, while Mike Phillips had another double-double of 14 markers and 12 boards. UE was still without Huelo Lingo and head coach Chris Gavina, who are serving their respective suspensions, both in relation to their first round match against DLSU. The Archers are now 6-3 for the season, tied with the defending champions, the UP Fighting Maroons.
We know what it's going to be a challenging afternoon for us. We know that this UE team are always going to give their best. every time we play against them. But I have to really give credit to these guys for really being in control of their emotions, especially when UE was starting to get close, and they were talking amongst themselves what they'll do, just to make sure that we're not gonna have the same experience as how we had in the first time we beat UE. But again, credit to that team. Yes, they're always gonna come out competitive.
Meanwhile, the match between LaSalle and UE's women's teams is still ongoing. LaSalle came out aggressive here, causing UE to hit the penalty mark halfway through the opening period. The Lady Archers also ran a full-court press on defense, which led to some easy baskets. After the first, it's DLSU up 10, 22-12. In the second quarter, LaSalle was able to keep UE at bay to stay ahead at halftime, 40-31. That's why Bea Escudero is smiling right now. LaSalle is looking to bounce back after getting blown out by USC in its last game, while UE is in an even deeper hole as it is still looking for its first win this season.
USC, Ateneo, and NU already scored victories in the UAAP women's basketball earlier today. Here's a recap of the results of the first 3 games from mobile journalist Denise Valdesancho.
Seeing them run up the floor, I can't imagine them.
Pastrana.
There's still no stopping the UST Growling Tigresses in the UAAP Season 88 Women's Basketball Tournament. They claim the first ticket to the Final Four after taking down the Adamson Lady Falcons 95-66. UST trailed by 2 after the first, before turning on the Jets in the second and claiming an 11-point lead by halftime. The Tigresses then opened the second half with an 11-3 spurt to get away from the Lady Falcons for good. Kent Pastrana with another solid outing, tallying 19 points, 12 rebounds, and 3 steals. UST remains undefeated through 9 games this season, while Adamson drops to 3 wins and 5 losses, with its 3rd defeat in 4 games. Meantime, the Ateneo Blue Eagles score a bounce-back victory. They banked on a big first quarter to beat the FEU Lady Tamaraws 82-70. The Eagles came out firing on all cylinders for a 31-13 opening quarter lead and never looked back. Reigning 2-time MVP Casey De La Rosa had monster double-double, 21 points and a whopping 23 rebounds to go along with 3 blocks and a steal. Ateneo improves to 6 wins and 3 losses for the season, while FEU sinks to 4-5. And the NU Lady Bulldogs continue their winning ways with an 82-61 beating of the UP Fighting Maroons. NU likewise zoomed to a quick start, and after 20 minutes, the Lady Bulldogs were already up 15. Come third quarter, the defending champs saw their lead grow to 25. Tin Kayabyab scored with 19 points and 5 rebounds. Carl Pingol with a double-double of 16 markers, 10 boards, 4 assists, and 5 steals. NU has now won 7 straight games and is now at 8-1. UP has lost 7 straight after starting the season with back-to-back victories.
After the break, how about some boxing? We tell you about a potential blockbuster rematch between legends Manny Pacquiao and Floyd Mayweather Jr. That's right, next here on Play by Play. Stay tuned on One News. You're watching Play-by-Play on One News. Welcome back. The Philippine National Volleyball Federation has unveiled its 20-women pool for the upcoming Southeast Asian Games in Thailand. Alas Pilipinas women will feature a mix of seasoned PVL stars and young UAP standouts, all aiming to end the country's 32-year gold medal drought in women's volleyball. Veteran setter Gio de Guzman returns to lead the team alongside Julia Coronel and Mars Alba. Anchoring the defense are liberos Don Macandili Katindig, Jen Yerva, and Justine Hazareno. Among the attackers are opposites Eliza Solomon, Laila Cruz, and Kat Tolentino, while the stacked outside hitter lineup includes Ea Laure, Angel Canino, Bella Belen, Vanny Gandler, Aliyah Malaluan, and Shaina Netura. In the middle are Thea Gagate, Mari Madayag, Del Palomata, Fifi Sharma, and Amy Provido. PNVF President Tatsuzara said the mission is nothing less than the gold medal. The team will train from November 15 to 30 ahead of the December Games in Thailand.
Okay, we've got the NBA and the UAP tonight's highlight reel. Hump Day Wednesday, unahin natin ang NBA. Baka kasi sinasabi nyo, buro naman NBA si Andre sa highlights. Lagyan natin ng UAP. Pero let's start. Warriors, LA Clippers in San Francisco. Tapik ni Curry. And then, here's Curry on the run against CP3. His former teammate in Golden State gets a foul. Layup is good. No! He was asking for a foul. No whistle blown there. Actually, yung hinihingi ni Curry. Oh, nung tinapik ni Chris Paul, asking for a foul. No whistle blown. He was still complaining to the refs. But, of course, Steph Curry proving that he can still do it on both ends of the floor. Not just shoot the three, but also run the break. He has Podziemski on the other end, but look at straight to the rack there. Curry tallying 19 points, also dishing out 8 assists, had 2 steals. Warriors just simply dominate the Clippers here, 98-79 at the Bay. Okay, up next, let's go. Ito yung sinabi kanina ni Bea in Milwaukee. What a game for Giannis. A block there on Bridges on one end. And look at Giannis, eye on number 34. And then Trent misses. Giannis underneath. Walang nagawa. Si Karl Anthony Towns underneath. It all started on defense. Giannis with a monster block. And then running towards the other end like a gazelle. Trent attacking. Trent missing. And then Giannis making sure I clean it up. Antetokounmpo simply unstoppable here, posting 37 points. Also 8 rebounds for the Greek Freak, along with 7 assists. The Bucks beat the Knicks 121-111 in Milwaukee. Up next, let's go. Philadelphia against Washington in the nation's capital. Maxey up. No! Adem Bona was there. He set the screen first for Tyrese Maxey. Can I just say, grabe yung backcourt ni Tyrese Maxey and VJ Edgecombe. An elite backcourt, young backcourt for Philly. Woo! Maxey attacks, and then Adembona was there to clean up the glass. Solid in OT was Adembona, giving the Sixers a lead, 132-131. 27 seconds left in OT on foreign soil against Washington in Washington. Sixers loving Adembona as they should. That was Bona's only field goal in the game, but it came at the perfect time. And look at his teammates going crazy. Bona, by the way, had 5 huge blocks, which also helped Philly get the win eventually in OT, 139-134. Okay, from the NBA, let's go to the UAAP at the Mall of Asia Arena. 9 seconds to go. Look at the defense. Solid defense there for Adamson. And look at this, Montebon with it. Bang! 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 What a sequence for Adamson there. This was earlier reported in the news. We said, look at this, Pacanata was trapped, the tap, and then it ends up with Adamson on the run. Good find in the corner there. Miraculous comeback. Montebon for that 3. Prior to that, bago niya, Adamson rallied from 7 points down. They had to sila 7 points, 25 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Montebon 19 points, 5 threes, 4 rebounds, 7 assists. Big game, Monty, there in this one. And we've got another clutch shot by Adamson. Roll the next highlight, the last one. Padrigal gets it back. 17 seconds left. Finds here the 3. Voila. And then the tap goes back to Adamson. Look what Adamson does here. He finds Montebon corner, extra pass. And then the 3 for the lead, 2.6 seconds to go. This was delivered in the News Erolon. And look at the fans of Adamson. Loving Matt Erolon. Look at him go down there. Ganda. Kasi dinikitan na agad si Montebon because remember, it was Montebon who hit that 3 to send it to OT in the 4th. So, anong ginawa? Dumikit, naiwan, recovery, late on the recovery defense on Erolon, who finished with 9 points. That was his only 3, by the way. Pero it came at the biggest moment. Overtime, Adamson escaping UST 97-96, and Falcons' 4th straight win. Hottest team in the UAAP right now. 5-4 for Adamson and the Soaring Falcons. Congratulations, big win at the Mall of Asia Arena in Pasay. Bea.
And before we go, Filipino boxing icon Manny Pacquiao confirms that another comeback is in the works against 2 potential opponents who also boast Hall of Fame careers. Pacquiao says his camp is in talks for a possible rematch with his old rival Floyd Mayweather Jr. The 2 legends first fought 10 years ago in what turned out to be the richest bout in boxing history. Mayweather defeated Pacquiao via unanimous decision in 2015, which left many fans clamoring for a do-over. Pacman's other prospective opponent is highly decorated fighter Vasily Lomachenko. Should the bout push through, it will be the first time that Pacquiao will share the ring with the 2-time Olympic champion from Ukraine. Pacman is coming off a tough battle against WBC welterweight champ Mario Barrios, which ended in a draw.
Wow, actually I want to see it. 2
Me
legends,
also.
diba, fighting. You know, people may say, oh, baka money making yan, or ano, pero still, Pacquiao Mayweather,
I
diba,
know.
past their prize, but still in a match, that's a blockbuster showdown between arguably 2 of the greats to ever fight in the boxing ring. And by the way, sabi ko sa'yo, kinikwento, Physical Asia showing na Manny Pacquiao leading Team
That's
Philippines.
what's exciting
Busy
also.
to si Pacman eh. But that's all from us tonight, mga kapatid. Catch us again tomorrow, 8:30 p.m. for a play-by-play of today's top sports stories.
Play-by-play is on One News, that's Signal TV Channel 8 on SD and Channel 250 on HD. We are also available on Signal Play and Pilipinas Live.
I'm Andre Felix.
And I'm Bea Escudero sitting in for Cheska Leton Calao. Thank you all for watching, mga kapatid.